What is up, y'all? Giofvcks Site Perspectives. We out here walking with Mercy, and it is mid-September. The weather has drastically changed. It might be in the mid-60s today, if that. Hence why I have on a jacket with my shorts, my running shorts. But you know, it's cold. I'm not gonna sit up here. It's a little nippy out here. So fall is approaching us. I think we got what, a week and a half left of summer, and then it'll be fall at the end of September. Towards the end of September, like we got a week and a half, if that. It's Virgo season, Libra season about to take over. Libra, I'm a Libra, so of course I'm excited. But happy birthday to the Virgos, earth signs right now. This is their season. Happy birthday to you if you're a Virgo, and to all my Libras, our time is coming up. So what I want to talk about in this video, there is a popular Facebook status that is being shared, has gone viral, and it is a black woman talking about another black woman, and basically in the status is basically going, I'm paraphrasing, but in the status it's basically like she's asking, well, how come you don't have children and are thought to get married? And then the other black woman is like, well, basically I haven't met anybody worthy enough to procreate with. I'm sorry, but you know, I have standards. I'm not gonna just sit up here and have kids with somebody just because. They have to bring something to the table, you know, equally yoked relationships. And then the status goes on to basically state, if more black women would have this mindset, then there wouldn't be all of these issues with baby daddies, baby mamas, child support, you know, struggle, love, etc. in the black community. So I wanted to add my little 2 cents in there, my perspectives. I've been saying this. I've been saying this for years, and it's, you know, however, I don't just look at it as a black woman or a black feminine issue. It's a black people issue, because black men and black masculine folks also need to be held accountable. Everybody needs to be held accountable. You know, despite everything that I went through growing up in the upbringing, I also learned through my grandparents, through their relationship and the shit that I saw with my mom and my uncle. Unequally yoked relationships will never go anywhere. You know, and that's even in the Bible. I'm gonna actually leave some links and articles to the scripture that basically discusses unequally yoked relationships. And basically what an unequally yoked relationship really is our version of struggle love. You have one person, you got person A on the right side that is intelligent, respectful, compassionate, you know, they're level-headed, so they're able to look at their own actions and behaviors and recognize that they're not going to always be right, and they don't know everything, and they can be questioned, they can be held accountable. You can let them know about their shit, basically. They're smart, they're educated, they're hardworking, they're dependable, they're responsible, they're loving, they're compassionate, they communicate. Basically, everything you want with a cherry on top. That's person A on the right side. Then you got person B on the left side, emotionally unavailable, a liar. You know, they have a job, but at any given time, they can decide they don't want to work and lose the job. So they're not dependable. Their communication is trash because they're emotionally unavailable, and because they have a lot of unhealed trauma and issues, but yet they're with person A on the right. And again, this is the problem with unequally yoked relationships. Struggle love. Struggle love is really essentially, you always have that one person who cannot, will not, in many cases, bring anything to the table. So then you end up with the baby mama and the baby daddy situation where, again, if we had more standard, and this is my personal opinion as well, and like I said, adding my 2 cents to that viral Facebook post. If we had more standards in our community, now it's getting a little hot. If we had more standards in our communities for ourselves and for each other, and we held our standards, we held ourselves accountable to our standards, I feel like we would have better relationships in general, because that's just it. You wouldn't be talking to, and just to, you know, if we're going to use the stereotypes, you know, and the sad part is, are these stereotypes when damn near everybody has ran into a cousin Pookie and a cousin Ray Ray and a you know, Sheila and Erica and Shaniqua? Like, we've all ran into these types of black people. So after a while, this isn't a stereotype. This is an actual real life experience, and it's a common real life experience. So after a while, not a stereotype. This is factual. These are people's lived experiences. So when you get in these relationships, you sitting up complaining about your baby mama and your baby daddy. He ain't shit, she ain't shit. She only want me for my money. He don't never see the kids. And then y'all dragging each other on social media, so everybody's in your business, smear campaigning. And again, it's immature and it's narcissistic behavior when you really sit down and think about it. It's all toxic. And once again, you know, yes, there's exceptions to the rules. Yes, there's, you know, special situations where, you know, people manipulate and play a good mind game. This is very true. However, this is not always the case, and it's not in every situation, okay? But we have to be honest. This is why I be making my videos on that transparency and being held accountable. Because you got to hold yourself accountable. When you look at a lot of these relationships, the red flags were already there well before you decided to procreate with this ain't shit person, okay? This person was already, thank you. This person was already showing signs that, they let me cross with nurse. This person was already showing signs that they're not respectful, they're not dependable, they're liars, they're cheaters, they're manipulators, you know. And my thing is, if somebody is having issues holding a job, why in the hell would you want to procreate with that? This person don't want to work. They have so many issues. Okay, same thing with people who have a lot of insecurities. Why would you want to procreate with somebody that's always thinking that you're cheating, or always thinking that you're out to get them because of all these insecurities that they have? Why procreate with that? And again, better important, this is another thing I don't be understanding about some of us. And yes, I'm judging. I don't get how y'all procreate with people that you don't like in the first place. Like, are we not taking the time to get to know people before we go and have unprotected sex? And mind you, keep in mind, sex is beautiful. I understand. I totally get it. It's a great feeling. You feel me? I get it. But at the same time, accountability, bro. I like sex as much as the next person. Probably even a little more. Who knows? With that being said, birth control. Get you an IUD. Be familiar with the birth control options available to you. And if you don't want to do birth control because you're worried about how it's going to affect your body, your organs, then you need to pay attention to when you ovulate, because it's a science. It's a science to it. You need to look at your ovulation chart. Don't have sex when you're ovulating. You know what I mean? Because that's when you're most fertile. Pay attention to that. Okay? Use lube to help prevent STDs and STIs, so you don't have tearing and ripping. You know, but ultimately, birth control. Ultimately, you need to be wise with who you decide to have sex with. You feel me? Because it just doesn't make sense anymore to be sitting up here having these kids with people that ain't about shit. Now you mad at the other person, they mad at you, and y'all can't even set differences aside and be mature enough to take care of the children, the child that's involved. You know, and again, are we taking the time to get to know people? And I'm going to say this, because I've said this numerous times before. The red flags that you ignore in the beginning will be the very reason why you leaving in the end. So that's why I said all it is. This is why it's so important to get to know people. And I know I'm probably going to be one of them guys where, yes, I could easily be talking to somebody for 3 years and still be, I feel like I could still be not ready for, I mean, I feel like after a year of talking,